Donald Butler with Carl. Man, this is awesome. K Dougie on Instagram. Professor
Yes.
Carl, what's going on, sir?
Hey, Donald Butler. My life has gotten better because I'm with you tonight for a little bit of time. So I'm winning. That's what I would say.
Awesome. Carl, you know what? You're tell us about yourself a little bit. You know, we got Instagram, we got Facebook Live here, and but tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into some details here.
Sure. So, Carl Douglas, affectionately known as Carl with the K to many of my peers, born and raised here in Baltimore, Maryland, traveled and lived a lot of different places for previous career roles that I've been in, but Baltimore, Maryland, born and raised. Hashtag I love my city, no matter what the media or people try to paint. And so, husband of one amazing wife, Michelle, we call Shelly, all together coming up on 37 years in September. Out of that union, an amazing son, Mason.
Hold on. Carl, you just slipped 37 years in there.
Yeah, we've been together
You,
10 years. We dated 27 years coming up on marriage. Yeah.
37 years, man. You don't even look like you're 38. I mean, come on.
Well, I appreciate that. I try to live right, Rev. I try to do what's right.
You're doing good.
Yeah, thank you, man. I feel great. I'm hanging out with Mason and his people be like, "Who your man?" They be like, "That's my father." Relax. No, I appreciate that. Young people keep me young. Young
Awesome.
people keep me young.
All right,
But
keep going. I
yeah,
had to
no,
stop
born
you
and
with that.
raised here. And really, my life has been built around what I call the human capital. Everything that I try to apply my hands to is about improving the lives of others. 20-year career with Procter and Gamble. I'm the only dude can tell a lady what shade of makeup she should be wearing. I know a lot about makeup and styling, help style my wife, right? Do those type of things, and then transition to a career in healthcare. We've had various positions, throughout executive director, dementia care director, helping run a region of assisted livings, and now vice president of director talent development, for Brightview Senior Living. And so doing that, do a little stint with Westmore over the next 4 years, in healthcare. And, what's close to my heart is Synergy Baltimore. So it's my nonprofit. Probably get into that tonight, of course.
Yeah.
That's kind of built boots on the ground motion, if you will, to provide quick assistance, consistent love and assistance to the citizens, anyone living in Baltimore, Maryland, with a focus on the inner city. So yeah, my son Mason, my daughter Shakia, I've got 3 grandchildren, and I've got 8 godchildren. All of them I love dearly and try to be in their lives a whole lot. And so my life is rich, man, because of the people that's in it, like you.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. So look, I'm so I'll just give my quick introduction about myself. So Donald Butler, CEO of Butler Squared Consulting and Butler Squared Academy. I have on my shirt tonight, the Academy. Yeah. We're standing strong. We're teaching people about PMP, project management, and IT courses, as well as entrepreneurship and taxes. So this is something that we do. We're proud to do this. And but one thing for sure, Butler Square Consulting, we're excited to partner with companies like Synergy, like your nonprofit, but small business owners. Having that mindset of having a small business is so key, especially in today's market where we're seeing a lot of transitions to the gig economy, and people are starting new, their own businesses. I think that's wonderful. And so what we do is we do an event each year. And Carl, you've been at our event every year since we had it. And from the first year to then the second year, and I got pictures and videos and all that stuff. And I would say that's when we really connected. That first event, right before then, you became our client. And so that was amazing, like to have that connection. Now some people are like, is this event just for clients? Is it for everybody? And I'm talking about our gala that's coming up November 3rd and November 4th. You've been at, like I said, you've been at each one. Tell us a little bit about your experience, like working with us, but being at the event, and so we can get some people out this year.
So here we go. This is NAACP Westmore grand inaugural event meets Jay-Z's brunch. That's what it is. Did I do good?
You did
It does
awesome.
not matter if you don't own a business, you'll own something before you leave out the room.
That's
You're
right.
around people that are like-minded, that love to network, and watch this, have their hands out like this to give. It is a room of stimulation, power, love with God in it. And watch this. I hey, a little high end. Come, you can dress down and dress up. This is the time you get to dress up and to come. And let me tell you what Donald Butler and his team do. They lay it out for you. I feel like I'm at a grand ball or something. Major people and players are in the room. I mean, anything you can think of high end. This is not your grandmother's party. This ain't no party at the house. This is literally like you feel like you are at a very high end event. And boy, it's just so supportive. From each year, I would meet someone down. And this year, I had met 4 contacts, your clients that are now close friends of mine and helped me to do work with
Wow.
Synergy. I support them. All you did was, you and I are the plug, right? You were the connector. And from that, I've been able to get more business, been able to spread kind of the landscape for Synergy, and also to provide some coaching to other people on nonprofits and other business and how to navigate the landscape of healthcare. Yeah,
Wow.
I can't wait for this year. I'm trying to bring everybody I know. What's crazy is you give a high-end event and you got to be fronting the bill, because this, what you charge us, is what we do for a happy hour at Rusty Scupper.
Come on, tell the truth.
Doc. This thing should be grand, but you don't. You make it very reachable and attainable. I think you're just covering the cost, maybe, so we could be blessed. And so we thank you for it. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the invitation.
Absolutely. Carl, you know what? You said a key thing, and it's about our heart. You have a heart for the community. I have a heart for the community, and it's just amazing how we all come together to sharing that. And so one thing that's important, I came out to support the We Are Our Us movement the other
Yeah.
night. You invited me, I came out, and I'm telling you, man, the heart that's there, to help the community, helping people see that they are valuable. And the message is very clear. I was like, man, this is amazing. Carl, tell us a little bit about what you're doing in the community concerning We Our Us movement.
Yeah, absolutely. So We Are Us is a movement that really the mission is to stop stop killing in Baltimore City. And so Dr. Andre Buntley, who was the former principal at Walbrook Senior High School. You can't go nowhere in this city and you don't know about Dr. Buntley. This guy's humble and incredible, and his reach is very long and strong. And 5 years ago, I got asked to participate and be on the board. So it's part of the architecture to help build this idea of bringing men together. So all we did was create a board of about 6 to 10 individuals. On Andre Cap, Antoine Burton is there, my pastor Corey Bonds is there, and we began to put words in action together, and resources from the city as well, and go out to every square inch of the city to proclaim that we refuse to stand still and just let our Black men, children, and women, be killed. Watch this. Back in the day, churches, women, children were off limits. Nowadays,
Wow.
it seems like it does not matter, right? And so we're not afraid to go and engage with these individuals, our brother and sister on the street, because we bring a word, but we also bring resource. You can't take away the squeegee boys and then don't give them something to put the money back. You can't take away dudes who trying to do whatever on the street and don't give them a way out, right?
That's
and
right.
So be able to make some money. So we're saying, hey, and we got people on our team that look just like them and have done exactly what they've done. Stokey is there, a couple of dudes that was slinging drugs, that decided to come back and help their neighborhood. And so it's really been amazing. And so watch this. We don't only do that, we bring resources. So we bring tons of food, tons of resources. If you come to us, we can get you employment, all these things. And it's pretty expedient with no questions asked. Wow. So I've been really excited and proud to be a part of that organization. And now it's been amazing in that I'm in everything. I gave my official board spot up so somebody else can learn and grow. But then I've been able to bring Synergy Baltimore right beside it, and then bring another group of individuals who know nothing about what we were doing to come out and to be able to lift the message, and it's been great.
I gotta ask because let's like when you get down into the real issues or the real core challenges in our community,
Yep.
just speaking to it from a perspective of doing accounting and tax. I was just having this conversation earlier today with someone, and we were just saying, just something as basic as being able to do hair. And she was saying that this is something that she never learned in high school or during her time in school.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about how, and she's a Black woman and she does my hair. And we were just talking about just, how things are not taught at the grade level to help us survive, you know.
Yeah.
And so from that perspective, I would speak to that from a tax perspective. These young people are growing up getting jobs. And I remember like when I was young, and I'm sure you probably can vouch for me, like when I was young and I had a job, I didn't have to worry about paying taxes yet.
Yeah.
I could file exempt. These kids are coming out of high school getting jobs, and they already owe the government the first year they filing taxes. I'm like, what is this? And I'm a
Yeah.
tax professional. I'm like, you already owe. I'm already kind of hesitant to even say they owe. But we're seeing that that's an issue. And so my goal is to educate, empower our community from a tax and accounting, financial literacy standpoint. So I've done some work from that, from that regard. But looking at your role as a professor, and just as a leader, a spiritual leader, a mental leader, a community leader, how do you see things happening right now for the community, like shaping up for the community, helping to evolve the community, improve what you're seeing, like maybe some examples that you've been seeing?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. First of all, you dropped a nugget that I want to make sure that I put a little weight on. It's so important. One thing I know about you, Don, it's funny. Y'all don't know this story. It's been 5 to 7 years. I met Donald on a parking lot doing what we're doing now. We were very young, synergy. We were just starting out and very eager. We didn't have our whole mechanics together, how we were working. And his table was right next to ours. Shout out to my guy, Wade Menendez. Wade, gang, it's my guy.
Yes.
And that's my brother. And he threw an event. We came out to support him. And we
Yes.
spoke working, and Dawn and I got in the corner and started talking. And we don't know how we're going to work together, what we're going to do, but we're going to do something. He was at CRL at the time. We exchanged numbers and been friends and talking on and off, encouraging each other. And then it came to this point where I reached out to him because, all right, I got my several businesses that I'm doing. I was in transportation, doing janitorial, in real estate, kind of working as a professor, working as VP, right? This is crazy. And I said, it's too much for me to handle, and the idea is that you protect your assets. And I said, God, I got to call Donald. Now, watch this transparent moment. I'm pretty smart, guys, right? But some things I just don't know, and it's not my forte to be involved in. When it's at this level, it's a whole nother thing. You calling the superhero Donald Butler. I said, Donald, I'm calling now, I'm pleading, and I'm embarrassed. These records, I got it. He said, Carl, man, I thought you was doing something bad. You actually have all of your records. And what he did was made me smarter. He helped me where I can articulate my financial process and the equity and the healthiness of my businesses. And he showed me how to do that. Watch this. And he wouldn't even charge me. And then when he did charge me, it wasn't I know it's not at the price. So he said, consider me good ground. I appreciate that. But I need him to be a long, long time. And so that's why I dared not. I've had to be on this call tonight because I'm trying to introduce everybody that I know to Donald because he is that guy. But now to your question, I think it's important as a leader, effective leader, especially if you're a believer and lover of Christ, is that we show it. I'm all for social media. That's what I do. I look young, but I got some miles on me. But you got to be relevant. What are the young people dealing with nowadays? You got to know what they're listening to, what they're into, what they're talking about, because it changes and it goes quick, right? So it's going to be difficult to be able to speak to that and speak to them about the foundation and principles that they need no matter where they go in their life, right? So it's there, but it's not at the point where where we're able to talk. Too much texting, too much posting, but we're really not getting down to what I call the nitty gritty and getting into the details and really sitting at the table, taking the time, very much like you did for me. We're teachers at heart. And so that's what I believe that is very much needed, nowadays. And that's the kind of stuff we get to do at your annual gala.
Absolutely. And one thing I would say, with what I do, I literally look at someone and thank God for this gift. And I see that they can grow. I see their potential. I can see, that they can go very far. It's just having the people, the surroundings that will help them to grow in whatever, if it's financially, if it's helping them to grow spiritually, or even to grow mentally, physically. You need accountability. And a lot of times people don't have the accountability around them to say, you can do this. Like, for real, like if you don't have the momentum or whatever it is to get up in the morning, work out, pray, read the word, whatever it is, you need to have an accountability partner. Hey, did you do this? Did you make sure you get? Because the thing is, we grow up and we think, especially as Black men, that we don't need nobody.
Yep. and watch this. If we do, Donald, it makes us look weak. So right. I can't really tell you that I'm hurting. I can't really tell you that I need some help, because I'm afraid that you might use that against me. And that's horrible. And that's a horrible way to live. And trust me, I get it. It's funny, Donald, you're like me. When I say I got friends for over 30, 35 years, they like, what? Yeah, I'm talking about real friends, right? And a lot of people think, I don't have that. We're blessed. And so my thing is, I try to live my life in a way that people can see that I'm non-judgmental, and that, this is a safe place to be and to reach out. All people need is an opportunity.
Yeah, that's right.
Time and time again, you give them opportunity, they will blow. And a little coaching, right? You give them a little coaching, you give them a little opportunity, and they will soar. Chickens don't fly down, no eagles do.
Yeah, that's right. That's so true. And that's important that you just said that, because, even when you think about it, the leaders are like eagles.
Yeah.
So It's like eagles don't really fly together. We don't really fly together, but we know where to call each other. Hey, guess what? I need to meet with you. I got questions of what's going on. I need some support. So even from that perspective, we're looking at each other as eagles, and we're looking to bring some other people with us, right? So that's what Butler Squared is about. Like, this is what this gala is about. That's what, our community effort is about. It's about like empowering other people to see that you can do this. And I mean, like, literally, people have ideas. People have, business ideas. And the way that things are happening right now, it's almost like a discouragement to have a business, because of all the different regulations and laws that they have in place. It's almost like, oh my God, I got to do this, I got to do that. I just want to make some money. Well, the thing is, if you have the right team members, that's why God placed us where we need to be, like myself, and say, you know what, help this person get their accounting records right, get their taxes right. Don't make people feel bad because they didn't know. And that's the thing. I'm not trying to make you feel bad because you don't know, because all of us grew up from somewhere and we had to get this information. And so I'm really excited about this partnership that we have right now, especially, and seeing how we can continue to grow the community. And that's why I was like, I got to connect with Carl to do this. And being a professor, so you're a professor. Are you seeing what are you seeing from being a professor standpoint? Your role as a professor, as a leader, in terms of like, reaching this generation that's coming up, because they changed. Like, this generation, my son, 15, the 20-year-olds, they're different. They don't want to go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? They're not working every day. They're like, I'd rather be out here hustling. Like, what are you seeing?
It's a different breed. I will tell you. I'm gonna honestly share with you what I think. And moving into my 6th year teaching, I teach at Towson University, healthcare, right? So the introduction to healthcare. So, freshman first year coming on campus, first semester. And I have those students that are on the healthcare track want to be a healthcare administrator or run, any type of administration in the healthcare setting, as well as the capstone. So you got to see me coming, you got to see me going. Then I teach PhD students at UMBC. So, and I love that course. Maybe we'll get to talk a little bit about it. But what I'm doing is bringing what I do at UMBC over to Towson University. Here's what I see, Donald. I am a preacher. I'm a therapist. I'm a coach, right? And actually what we teach, I have the boundaries of what the school says we can teach, but I flip the PowerPoint deck and really make it applicable till today, because you got students who go to school because their mom and daddy said go, but they also have this entrepreneurial spirit. And so I'm trying to join the two together to let them know whatever avenue you take, you can do it all, and really paint word pictures so they can actually see what that looks like, in real life, in real time. Let's face it, Donald, you and I did the same thing. You work with IRS for 20, 30 years. You've held some of the highest positions in those organizations. We almost in the very same track, but I'm on lane one and you on lane two, and we waving at each other, marking time, making sure that we continue to move forward. What happens is nobody told them, nobody given the game. Back in the day when we grew up, I get this question about how I dress and what I do. Every week I'm at Dan Brown. I left today to get my shoes shined, right? The preachers and the deacons and my grandfather taught me how to tie a tie. They told me how to appropriately wear my belt and where the position of the belt should be. My pants should be straight with no break in it, size 30, sit on top of a shiny shoe, right? I could have braces with the buttons inside and not the snaps. I'm talking to somebody, right?
Yes,
right.
Yes.
I learned how to manicure yourself, make sure you fresh, hydrated. That's because somebody sat down and taught me, and not one time. They stayed with me the whole time until I started to reflect upon what they taught me. So this is what I do with my teachers and my students. Some of them maybe even online tonight. I see a few jumped in and jumped off, but even it's bigger than the school. I said, we locked in now. You got me now. You got me after. Many have reached out after for advice, ideas, to write letters of recommendation, right? To really walk through what should I do next. I recommend, if I were you, I'd do X, Y, and Z, right? And that's all we need. Sometimes we just need a little help and a little support, along the way. Folks got out of the support game. Everybody winning. You ever notice on Instagram, ain't nobody losing? Ain't nobody sleeping in their mama basement. Ain't nobody, everybody winning. What is this, right? And I'm gonna just give you a seminar on how you can be rich. I'm gonna give you a seminar on how it takes a little bit of hard work. It takes faith and hard work. Watch this. You never lose. You win or you learn. You win or you learn. You never lose. And so how you can stabilize it is to go through the rough times and to help somebody else along the way.
Yeah,
that's what I'm seeing. And I can't wait. I think I'm like you. I start next Tuesday, right? And I actually start tomorrow with the internship. I'm internship coordinator this year as well.
Gotcha.
Yep. So it's that the seniors last year. We kind of get them on the road to actually going to get a career. And we're kind of holding their hand, walking them through that. The next Tuesday, we live and in person, And so my idea is I'm going to die empty serving other people. That's what I'm going to do.
That's it. I'm going to tell you something. Now, what you do at the university, you referred an intern to me for my company, Butler Squared Consulting. You referred this intern, and he is amazing. And it tells me that you all are teaching this leadership in their, giving them the guidance, the principles that they need to be successful. And I'm telling you, he's on top of things. And he asked me for a recommendation. He got it. This dude is amazing. But it just it speaks a lot to who you are as a professor, but even as a leader and an influence to this young generation. So that's amazing. So thank you once again, Carl. I don't think I told you that, but thank you.
I think you did mention it one time. We talk all the time, and you might have mentioned it in passing, and we always drop a nugget. So thank you again for sharing that. I'll share 2 points with you. I think it's important. So my UMBC course, right? I love. It's very different. It's not like anything that anybody on this live or you or I went to. And what it is no test. And I lecture and teach from 10, 11, 12 different options of books and TED Talks, right? And we're really building a course around how we would manage and start, a company. And my theme is you can have this. Anybody on the call it's what Gibb is one of our corporate coaches. It's yes and whatever you want, right? And so I'm teaching them, for example, no test. You have to present in front of your, and we're presenting for 15 weeks in a row. For example, watch this. I literally did this. I got them on Zoom before. I'll take this and it's like, y'all see this? I love ornaments. I got all kind of feature in my, and I say, sell me this. I give them parameters, right? And how would you, what is this? It's yes and whatever you want. Somebody told me, it's something, that you put an ornament on top of your tree. Like you saw the idea and the ideas that spur. When you tell people there is no boundary and you really mean it, the sky is the limit. You
You
see?
talking good. You talking real good right
Yeah,
now. I'm
yeah,
sitting
yeah.
back
We put
like,
burdens on ourselves, man. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And so I love this UMBC course because it's like nothing you ever. So it's limited. It's writing, but it's still. And so we do kind of short tweets. I teach how we live today. We live in a tweeting society,
Yeah.
right? A society, right? So that's how we write. I say, give me an excerpt. Give me a profile, quick, excerpt 2 or 3 that you explain how. And they give me 2 papers, midterm and one at the end. And I get a lot of rave reviews on that approach because they use real life examples and they get to share the book. I'll take a book, right? He's my girl Radiah. Shout out to Radiah. I might have a book and chapters 1 through 3. The team, the 5 that I put together, will then talk about what the chapter was about and what are the nuggets that their peers should walk away from.
Wow.
I lecture and elucidate on a few of the options, a few of the things that they share, but I like to see what their thoughts generated. And man, it's a huge thing. So you got one of the best interns out of that class, and he's a go-getter. And
Let me
so
tell you, I even gave my password to my email. I'm like, here's my. I was like, I trust you with my email. So can
wow,
you please check my email?
yeah,
And he's awesome. But and you said something very key. A lot of times we limit ourselves based on our experiences. And
yeah,
sometimes we influence other people to limit themselves based on what we've been through. And that's like one of those automatic responses that we have. And a lot of times we have to stop and pause and say, wait a minute, let me not put my limitations that I've experienced on someone else. And especially with this generation coming up now, like they're already here, they already influencing people, they already have thousands and thousands of followers, even millions of followers on Instagram and TikTok, and they're making a whole change, with this platform
yep,
called social media. And so our limitations are different than theirs. Our limitation maybe we're not familiar with it. But their limitations are not looking like ours. They're like, oh, I know I
yeah.
can do this. So I said it like this: it's like we grew up with the rotary phone. At least I did. Carl, you're still 38. I don't know how old you are, but I grew up with the rotary phone, and I had to wait at least about 5 minutes before the. We would talk patience back then.
Yes, sir.
You waited till the TV turned back on because they turned that TV off. You had to
The
put
gossip couldn't get around the world unless you call somebody on a
could
rotary
not.
phone. Yeah.
We
Now
had to
people
use a
die
hanger.
and your friends know before the family know. I know I'm talking
Man,
here.
you're
This is
exactly
crazy.
right. We had to put a hanger inside the TV because we had to use it as an antenna. I mean, come on, you had the antenna sitting on top of the roof, and you're like, hopefully the thunder, the lightning didn't hit it or something, or
Yes, sir.
cause it to go out because you
Yes,
missed
sir.
out on your 3-4 channels that you had.
That's it.
That was our experience.
And Donald, remember when TV went off and
It
you
did,
spent
went off.
Saturday night and do that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that's it.
I
Y'all
can't
done.
believe
Y'all can't
I'm
watch.
that old.
Y'all can't watch no more TV. That's it.
Yeah, and
We
that shows you how things have changed. Let me elucidate your point, especially
drastically.
for the people that are on. I gave she was 3 or 4 at the time. Now Bella is 5. You just give them an iPad, they know what to do. I'm like, how do you know how to do
Yes.
this? Nobody taught her. She know how to
No.
go to all the videos, right? She knows how to go on YouTube. Nobody taught her. She's sending me pictures and all kinds of stuff. And it's just amazing to me. So that's a true example, of exactly what you're talking about. And watch this, it's going to continue. Will we
It's going
join
to continue.
in and let our preconceived notions and thoughts go so that we can really realize and benefit and help others? Or will we stay stuck in our ways? I choose to move forward. I'm progressing.
We got to. We
Yeah.
got to. That's the thing. So it's like bridging that gap, bridging the generations, and leveraging that. So something we're doing, we're leveraging that because, like I said, the intern that you referred to me,
Yep.
one of my social media managers, he's in his early 20s. He knows this platform better than me. So he's out, he's really helping me do this. But it's really like leveraging the assistance that we can get from each other and say, you know what? Let's build each other. Let's build each other up. I told a group of young people, I said, how much is your service worth? Or how much is your product worth? And don't go by what other people have told you. Go by what you feel like that you've done. Go by what you feel like that, the works that you put into this service or this product. And they
Yeah.
came back with some numbers. And based on their numbers, I was like, and that's how much it's worth. And if they didn't come up with some higher numbers, I was like, oh no, that's too low. That's how much you put the value in what you just created. Come on, let's
Yeah.
go with the higher number. And I was like, I would buy that for like 150. They're like, really? I didn't know it was worth that much. I'm like, come on, listen, Calvin Klein and even Tom Ford, they have their prices out there. They set their prices. What do you think it's based on?
Yep.
They didn't ask me for their approval.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't ask me, do you approve how much I'm charging? No, they're like, if you're my client, if you're my customer, you're my customer. If not, you're not my customer. If you don't like what I'm selling, if you don't like my product, then you're not my customer. And we can stick with that. And then you know what? It doesn't need to change for someone else's opinion.
And then we quit. Donna, we quit. This is so good. Watch this. I'm looking. Shout out to everybody that's joined.
Yes, shout out to everybody.
April, my boy Cam, my brother Barry, Tanika's on here. But you brought up a good point. I want to bring Sean is on here. All my pictures y'all seen early years when I was first getting started. Them things still working today. I gotta refresh him and my brother Mike. But Tiara, so my niece is on here, and Sir Alex. Tiara is my niece, is in healthcare, and Sir Alex is one of the funniest comedians. It's my nephew. It's Kevin Robinson, Bishop Kevin Robinson's son. And what you just said is two examples of what they did. Tiara's in everything. She know everybody, and I don't play about her. But one thing she is a strong Black woman, is about her business, and she has great customer service. Watch this. She has a brand called Shady Tea. Baby, you can get that lipstick. I bought all that lipstick for Shelly. Come on. Right?
Come on now. Come on, Shelly. Wear the lipstick.
She got this nice fragrance. And that thing's $75 a bottle. Now, we
that's
pay
what I'm
that
talking.
or more. But she said that's the number. Now,
that's the number.
I ain't. But don't you know she sells out?
That's right.
Selling stuff for $20 and $20, even over the flea market. This is not flea market material.
No,
right?
No.
This is what and guess what? It's still rocking today. It's a premier brand. Sir Alex, he and I have this same quote. Listen carefully. Our main trait is we're gonna make something shake. You talking about making something shake? Alex said when you guys wasn't realizing what comedy was, he was in Vegas as a young age, killing it in Vegas. Y'all don't want to pay me here. Watch this. He flew out and stayed in Vegas, and then he became bi-coastal. Yeah, nephew, I see. Wow. He goes bi-coastal because he said, y'all gonna get these laughs. This is what he does for a living. So our first ever comedy show, we very much like you and I, we were like, I would like to, we're gonna do this one day. And I called him up and said, it's time. Our first comedy show exceeded our expectation in a huge margin. And it was because of he brought my reality to life. But it's knowing what you're worth. And he goes, where he's accepted, but he's built a brand that is high end and he knows good customer service. And watch this, he can go from the hood to any corporate setting to church and give you these laughs. I'm not the only.
I need to talk to Sir Alex. I need to talk to Sir Alex if he can do our event, if he's available November 3rd. November 3rd, November 4th, whatever. I need Sir Alex. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you, Sir Alex.
Alex, let me know. If not, I'm going to call him right after. And guess what? He's every week at a few spots. I'll take you so you can see. He's the curator of so many events, but he's holy. Good God Almighty. The boys are knowing.
Wow.
But here's the number.
He said, let's do it.
Say that.
Come on, let's do it. Yeah, Alex. Yeah, please. I need you.
Oh, you would love it. I will make sure. Oh, my son is on here.
See, but see, that's how it works. That's how it works. Like connecting with people. You know what I'm saying? And Sir Alex said collaboration is currency. Yeah, he said collaboration is currency, and that's exactly right. When you collaborate, that's currency for real.
Yeah, and we've done it. I pray, but he took opportunity. He made a lane. He said, yeah, he gonna make something shake. And so I'm cheering for. So exactly what you said. There are more opportunities. Some people see it as a downside. You got to be careful what kind of is being offered. but it's too many ways to make your dreams come true, make a living, do what you really love. Ain't nothing worse than you're working and doing something that you do not enjoy and you do not love, but we're tied to a certain dollar amount, or because it's easier, we work here. And just like you, we know a bunch of what I call faith jumpers.
Yeah. Yeah.
People jump, you did it. You took the
Yes.
leap of faith to go into, and look at you now.
Absolutely. And let me tell you something. For anybody that's in here, let me tell you something. For anybody listening, don't quit.
Good God,
if you need to shift gears, then shift gears. But do not quit. Because I'm gonna tell you something, Carl. One thing for sure, when I was working in a Big Four CPA firm, they were like, I'm like, how did you make partner? And they say I didn't quit.
Well, wow.
How do you make a successful business? I didn't quit. I'll give you an example. Ben and Jerry started off as a bagel shop. Like they were selling bagels. They didn't do really good. Then they looked around. They said, we're around a milk farm. What are we doing selling bagels for? So they started selling ice cream. And what happened? Now we know Ben and Jerry's as a quality ice cream. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So people don't know their story. They didn't quit. They just changed directions they were going in.
Wow. Well, watch this. I got a friend named Donald Butler who worked for a huge tax firm and the IRS for many years, right? Obviously, you could have stayed where they wouldn't get you. You had this yearning and burning to kind of do your own thing. Now you have offices downtown, 25th floor, Legg Mason building. I think I'm walking in. Some other, and it's a black man that owns it, all white, everything. This is where I go. He's not an accountant. He's a tax strategist. Y'all should tap in, talk to me, right? And this is what we do. We plan out years to come how we're gonna get this bread, because we need to get this money in these grants and feed the people, right? And so you didn't quit. You just repositioned. You maneuvered, and I remember I said, I'm Carl Douglas when I come downstairs. Security downstairs, they don't play. They call and verify. Carl, he has this on. This is what he looked like. Send him a picture to make sure that I can get up there. They know me now, dog. Hey, they know me. They know me now. When I get upstairs on this fast elevator, I come off all white everywhere. Coffee. Yes, come on. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all ain't ready. When I go outside, when we take a little break, we go outside on the deck. The huge deck is the size of the offices, and I'm looking over the inner harbor. A black man owns it. Y'all not saying nothing to me. These are real examples of what people, watch this. When I was licensed nursing home administrator at Augsburg Lutheran Home and Village, I wanted to become an executive director, and I wanted something with a little bit more balance, because we can work, but I want to be with my family, right?
Right.
And I applied for a role. I left a role. I made tremendous amount of money, and I got less than half of what I was making. I leaped because I believed I was going to get back to the role as executive director in a good company. So thank God I didn't have a lot of bills. Thank God even now, he's been faithful, right? And all I had was a mortgage. I paid my mortgage for a year, became a licensed nursing administrator, and got with Brightview. It's been 9 years. I thought I was just going to be executive director, right? I'm director of talent development. Above me is my boss and then the CEO. I'm the only African-American man on the leadership team.
Wow.
So he'll put you in places, but we had to leap and believe. All I did was to do well, work hard, and who can I help along the way?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? You said something there, though. You said something there. It's about, you gotta have faith. You have to. A lot of times people that have faith, they come, you're expecting some things to happen. You're expecting to walk in and sit on the front row, get a seat at the restaurant when they say this crowd, and you're expecting that, you're going to get through traffic, you're going to get to work on time, or whatever the case is. You're expecting. The thing is, a lot of times we have a pessimistic society. So the first thing you think of, oh my God. So to your point, affirmative action. I'm going to share something with you.
Please.
Affirmative action. When you think about affirmative action, what are they saying? They're affirming you. Someone else is affirming you.
Yes.
I say like this: affirm yourself.
Good God.
Affirm yourself. Now you don't have to worry about somebody saying, "Oh, we affirm you." No, affirm yourself. Where do you want to be?
Wow.
Because I'm gonna tell you something, Carl. Affirmative action allows us to sit at tables that we're not invited to. Sometimes
Yeah.
I don't want to sit at that table. What if I don't want to sit there?
Yep.
So if it
Yep.
wasn't meant for me to sit there, then why sit there in the first place?
Absolutely.
But if I
Because
affirm myself, I'm gonna sit where I deserve to sit. I'm gonna sit where I'm called to sit, where I'm chosen to sit. Because no matter what they do, I can sit wherever I'm supposed to be.
that's
And
exactly what.
no man can take me away from where I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Where
That's
God promotes you,
exactly
that's where
what
He
we've
promotes you.
done.
No man can take it away from you.
Man, that's good. Absolutely. I'm on here. I see my sister, my sister, for over 30 years, Kanika. It's funny. She's clapping away, and connection is key. And we spend a lot of time together, hanging out as
You
family.
gotta stop with these years. You're not that
Yeah,
old. You need
yeah,
to
yeah,
stop with
man.
these
Yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They say, "Oh, he sold his soul to the devil." No, no. God has favored me. But listen, she connection is key, and leap and believe. And it's the type of people that I'm around that we affirm each other. Ooh,
Yeah,
we're
we
around
do.
each other. How can I help you? Everything that I do with Synergy, she's there. Her family is
Wow.
there. My friends are there. You are there, right? And sometimes I don't get to tell everybody just because I'm doing a plethora of things, and they see it and they come. I don't ask. They say we have to do this because we're affirming you. We believe in you and kind of in what you're doing. And it's good to have a great group of people. They don't have to have a lot, many,
That's right.
but just that one that can speak life into you. You know, that's one
That's
thing I
right.
would say that you have continued to do. That was one of the things that you did it that day we were serving. It was that first day.
Yeah.
You said, you're gonna go far. You're gonna do
Yeah.
that was Reverend, that was 4
Wow.
years ago. We didn't know what we were doing. Look at us now.
Wow.
The connections that
Wow.
we make. And watch this. Watch this. We have not begged for bread.
That's right.
I ain't had no chicken dinner. Y'all ain't talking. Believe that Coca-Cola is a major sponsor for us. Kelly and Associates is a major sponsor for and then the common man. People go to our website and they give. You know, we have 2 or 3 fundraisers, they participate. You don't give to us, you give through us. Everything you give goes right to the people. None of us take a salary. We're not going
Yeah.
to. Maybe later, we work on the strategizing on that now, right? Because we're going to get this free money, this grant and different things so we can put people
That's
on
right.
payroll, because that's our belief and we're going to affirm that, right?
That's
But
right.
we're just here to tell you that you can do it. You can do
You,
it. And don't do it alone. You need to talk to somebody who can help you along the way. Don't be struggling. I
that's
did
right.
well in business, Donald, because my big brother Daniel, they told me do this, don't do this in business. And I had such a smooth transition in all the businesses. All the king on here, my son just joined. Your nephew,
What's going on, nephew?
because I listened, and
Yeah.
I just try to be that guy. You can do this, right? But what is that going to do? I'm a
Yeah.
die empty serving other people, Donna. I'm gonna give free game away. I'm gonna give it away.
You know what? I'm glad your son joined at this point because I wanted to tell you this. Because of the work you're doing with Synergy Baltimore and just touching so many lives, I want to honor you. We're going to honor you at our event with an award. And so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you at November 3rd and you being a recipient of Butler Squared Consulting award ceremony. So looking forward to that. So I just wanted to surprise you, let you know now
Wow.
that you
I
are
got
being
goosebumps. Can
honored.
you see that?
Yeah,
It's so
you're
Donald.
being honored. I'm
First of
super
all,
excited.
I got to get everybody there. Plus, we're gonna have a time. Man, I'm honored. I'm actually a little speechless. I'm never lost for words. It's funny. I told you. I said I'm gonna work hard, Donald, and I hope one day I'm on that stage. I think I might be the first male. I seen
You know
all
what?
the women.
I think you are. I think so.
I seen all the because the women been getting to the bag.
Actually, maybe the second male. I think I
Okay.
awarded one last year, but
Mason
second.
said, "I'm on a break in acting class. This is Rich Live. Y'all look like money. Tell them stop." KW won awards. And you know what, Donald? This is yeah, we do get awards. You saw them. We'll come back to this. I'll talk about the work I'm doing with Westmore. I think it'll be important for your folks in the little limited time we have to
Absolutely.
know why that's important and kind of what we're doing. We work for the people. But it is the people. You ain't the man to the people that in the trenches with you say you doing good. That's
right.
how I say this. The ins, the outs. You know how difficult it can be. Challenging, and we don't quit. Right.
That's right.
And so this is a big deal. I'm telling all my friends they got to pull up. I'm talking about band music, You had Alicia last year. Let's say, oh my God, like it was
And we're looking
amazing.
for sponsors too. So we
Okay.
have space for sponsors, and we'll be advertising that.
Okay, great, great. So I'll definitely be pushing that. So we'll talk more offline.
Yes,
But
sir.
yeah, so work with Wes Moore was chosen out of 400 applicants to be commissioner for the Maryland Healthcare Commission. So this is huge in that we make and regulate the laws for healthcare for the entire state of Maryland. So I work
Wow.
for you and everybody that lives in the state of Maryland. I am the
Wow.
only Black man on that commission, and there's one other or two other Black women. Now I hadn't met Wes up until this point. He pulled my resume out of a group of 400. I was flabbergasted, and I got chosen. I had to go before the Senate to get the nod to participate. Shout out to my guy, Senator McCray. Corey McCray is amazing. He's my hero. And he is actually my senator for what I live. He don't play. He don't play about the citizens in 06. And
Nice.
you call, he answers. He ain't bougie. He outside. He's in the street doing this work. And so, he shared a story of why Wes chose me. He said, I know you're wondering why you made it to this point. And he says, there was an opportunity where folks at a big board table that might make the right decision for the citizens and retirees that live in Maryland. If you were sitting at that table, it wouldn't happen, because I was like, how did I get here at this time? And if you notice, everything that I do is about human capital. My career, everything I do is about improving the lives of others. So to get this work, to be able to do this has been amazing. So I've been in, and it'll be for the next 4 years. So as you think about some of the healthcare laws, and there's some real heavy things that we're dealing with that we're going to be trying to tackle to improve, to make the lives better for the citizens that live here. I'm astonished. I'm really proud and excited to do the work. And I wonder, because I'm on the board, it's people that run hospitals are on the board, and folks that are lawyers that are on the board, right?
Wow.
And many of us are not grassroots and, have kind of the extensive background. It's a melting pot of knowledge. And these other commissioners that I work with are simply amazing. And our executive director, Ben, this guy's super sharp. But if I just get a fraction of what he's doing, who knows what the future holds, right?
Yeah,
but I'm to win it for the people. And so whatever they will have me to do. So I'm grateful for that, and grateful for the nod. So it's only 15 seats out of 400.
Hey, listen, your name is going in history books.
Wow.
I'm just saying, your name is going in history books, and the impact that you're making is not small. It's major. You know what I mean? It's major. And it's not because of just, the fact that your name is Carl. It's because of your heart. It's because of your heart and how many lives you touch, because it doesn't matter how much money someone has. It doesn't matter, that they've been here and been there, but it's the fact that you touch many lives. You touch many lives, and it's evident. And those things that deserves recognition. And you're not. The thing is, you're not doing it to be recognized here on earth. You're laying up treasures in heaven. You're laying up treasures because you're like, I'd rather just sit in the back and just see somebody else moving forward. I'd rather see someone else excelling in their career. I'd rather see somebody else doing well in their business. I'd rather see these young kids growing up, where they didn't have a father, but they got a father figure right here. I see what you're doing. And the thing is, that's laying treasures in heaven. But that God is the ultimate treasurer. He's the one that really rewards us. But what I'm doing, just a little small token, just to say, you know what, this deserves to be recognized. And just amongst those that aspire to be in business, those that aspire to having a nonprofit organization, and saying, you know what, man, we really appreciate you. We thank you, Carl, for what you're doing, and you're doing an amazing work, and keep doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I thank you. We do this work together, brother. And
yes,
so
sir.
thank you for your continued support. And if I win and you don't win, I don't win. We have to win together.
That's it.
It's important to me. So, hey, so everybody that's on here, if you do not, well, you might have an accountant. I'm trying to tell you, Donald is the one to connect with just for the great customer service experience. And what I love is you are an educator. So I got a lot of questions, and you're patient enough to give me the answers.
I love it. Wait, I gotta tell you, you give me video questions. I love it. I'm like, okay, let me take a moment to digest this before I answer. I love it
Yeah,
though. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah. No, I'm trying to tell. Like, what I do is I don't keep the best kept secret. I don't want you to be the best kept secret. I need everybody to know kind of what you do. If I got something good, like I got a good tailor, I got a good mechanic, I got a good plumber. I do. I got friends on speed dial. You on speed dial. I mean, I
Yes,
try not
sir.
to, but you will answer a
Hey,
text at
listen,
11
it's a
o'clock at night.
privilege. It's
Yeah,
an
no,
honor
or 1
to be
o'clock
on
in
your
the
speed
morning,
dial.
2 o'clock in the day. You're very
You already know
responsive.
it.
Yeah, no, it's a fact. I don't, this is what you do. I said, he really getting to it. But once you really set me down and said, Carl, you're in another stratosphere. This is how I think we should approach it. Gave me real life examples and tell me really the game and the code on how the IRS playing with us. And
Yeah.
you said, that's all right. Here are the rules of engagement. Once you learn the rules of engagement, your life is, we ain't scared of the IRS no more. And what we're doing is going to keep all our riches with us. We're putting them in trust. Hello, we'll talk about that.
That's
We can do a
right.
whole live on that, right?
Oh
Y'all
man.
see that? Yeah. And setting our assets up for our kids and our kids, and the things that we love to include our businesses so that it can
That's
keep
right.
being a positive, impact. So I had, and Lima, Lima. I mean, it's incredible. I'm a guy on the
Yes.
move. I can sit here and upload all my documents into a safe portal. And I know in 2 days or less, you got that thing turned around, having me DocuSign. Like it's the way my life is built. And I
Yes,
needed
sir.
that. Then I got to do it for the businesses. You make sure I don't miss dates. Then I had some back stuff that I had to kind of deal with because of businesses. They tried to play with us. And then he was like, nope, this is what we're going to do. Certified, registered. Like, I'm just telling y'all what it is. And so if you need a tax strategist, something regularly than just an accountant, with great customer service, is patient and kind, this is what you need to be tapping into. Y'all need to.
Man, I appreciate you. So
Yeah.
listen, what's even more important, how can people find synergy and donate
Yes. Thank you. So
or even
synergy.
assist in the community?
Yeah. Let's talk about it. So Synergy Baltimore everywhere. SYNERGY Baltimore, right? On Facebook, IG. Synergybaltimore.org is our website, and everywhere that we'll typically be is listed, on our website. But please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And you'll see what we're doing, and we'll do pop-up shops. We love when when you come out and work with us. As people on this call, on this live now, that will tell you, like, I'll talk all day, but until you when you come and you see that you hug somebody that experiencing homelessness, but you give them respect and you ask them their name, give them a hug, and you give them a resource without question, it changes your life forever. Because it could be one accident, it could be one thing happen to you, it could be one thing with your 9 to 5, and you need some help,
That's
right?
right.
And I just believe if something was to happen, people will come alongside me and help me. It is our duty to do that, right? And so come on out and hang with us. We have about 3 fundraisers a year. The ones that we had this year have been phenomenal. Watch this, Don. This is crazy. One of our good friends, Ken, shout out to Ken, called me today. And we called an audible, and I went and got truckload full of food, and then popped up on Moravia Park Elementary School, which is the school that we adopted, and we were able to give the 200 or so parents and students that were there fresh food and things that they could use for a house, for their house and their homes. And so that's the type of things that we do. Also, there was another crew, Shelly and David and team went down to Glen Arden, which is another major supporter for us. We were able to give the school LED screens, $4,000 a piece, 4 of them, like, home goods, Pampers, and things like this. They went down and got a whole truckload full of stuff for the day. Then we'll do it again around Christmas time. Also, if you know someone that's experiencing homelessness, that may need some help with food, water, shelter, clothing, and care, you should be reaching out to us. If we don't have the resource, we have a way to connect with the city to get it. And so we want to be able to make sure that we do that as much as possible.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, look, I thank everyone that joined us tonight. And Carl, man, I appreciate you for joining me. Anybody that's interested to come out or plan to be at our event, the Gala, come out and join us. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. And you can find my ticket link on my story. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, go to my link there as well.
But we're looking forward a great time at the event, awarding Carl with an award. So we're excited about that. Go follow Carl and follow me for more information. And we're looking forward to seeing you there.
Absolutely. I found out the way y'all found out. I need you to join me again. The ambiance, the customer service, the elegance. You get to dress up, watch this music, food, some dope people will be in the room that you should know. It's really a fun time. It's not stuffy. We dance, we have a good time. And I think this year, Donald, you're adding a day where we're going to sit down and teach some strategic things and teach people how to get their business. So you got something planned there.
Networking, yeah. So people asked for it. They said, Donald, we want to network. And so we're going to do a leadership brunch the very next day, November 4th, at the same hotel. And it's going to be amazing. You can stay the night at the hotel, and the hotel stay is pretty reasonable. So it's free parking, so it's amazing. So it's going to be right there in Columbia, Maryland, across the street from the mall at the Marriott Lake House, Meriwether Lake House. So it's awesome. It was very nice last year. They treated us nice. So this year we're looking for even better. And next year, even more surprises. But you got to be there this year. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Carl, for being here.
I can't wait
about the leadership brunch. We're super excited about it.
Yep. Thank you so much for this time tonight, brother. I appreciate you. Glad we're able to take the time to do it. You're very
I appreciate you too
about reaching people. So thank you for including me.
Thank you. Appreciate you, sir.
You got it. All right. I'll connect with you soon.
All right, you all. Take care. We'll see y'all.
Bye, everybody.
You'll see the recording. Yep. Thank you for joining.
I'll save it down.
All right.
Right now.